screens and distractions, we invite you to reconnect with the natural world around you. Welcome to Nature Bound, a podcast dedicated to unpacking the intrinsic bond between humans and nature. We'll uncover the benefits of spending time outdoors, including how a nature-centric lifestyle can improve your mental health, elevate your leadership skills, and unleash your creativity. And now here's your host, outdoor enthusiast, and renowned author of The 7 Principles of the Magic Rock, Emanuel Rose.
Welcome to this special episode of Nature Bound, and welcome. I'm really excited to share with you today this concept of one man, one dog, and upland hunting, and why I hunt, and the process of that I follow to bird hunt and participate in nature as a predator. And so I hope you enjoy the show. There won't be any graphic images. It'll just be a conversation. And we're going to describe the value that I find from upland bird hunting. And the first thing is that I really have a deep situational awareness in terms of the seasons, and get to participate in the changing of the seasons from I'm first thing is that I have a seasonal awareness, and I'm able to experience the change from summer and early fall and into the coolness and transition of the seasons into the fall, and the crispness that comes from camping and spending time outside, mostly either in a tent or outside, and I get to see the hunters liver all the way to as it wanes. As it wanes, also gets watching the stars and being outside. There's a certain grounding that happens from being in camp and the change of the seasons. Also, I love the bird hunt because I get to spend time with a dog, a spaniel. His name is Texas, and he's 11 years old. And we spent tons of hours training and connecting with him and do what he's best at. Sniff around, run around, and time out on hikes. Get to watch my dog work. I also understand pheasant and about their characteristics and what kind of food they like, and I get to learn about Hungarian partridge, about quail, all the things that are involved in those birds, what it takes to for them to survive and be part of the world. So that is very gratifying. Also get to spend time I love and who are interested in the same things I am. So we have mutual interests, and the men that I with through the fall are all accomplished people and care deeply about habitat and about we're chasing around. So my childhood experiences with hunting were, I would say, not that they weren't game rich. I enjoyed because I was spending time with my dad and my uncles and my dad's friends. I remember being 10 years old, pheasanting and almost stepping on a pheasant and just kind of at it, which I did not shoot it. I just shot it. Training. We didn't have dogs to hunt. It was just the hunted pheasants, and it was a family event and a camping trip. Enjoy being out with my dad and being out in the woods. So for me now upland hunting scenario is it's a year-long process. Keeping this conditioned to hunt, and he's a dog that house dog, but he's a really good hunting dog. His things that he does well, he's very athletic. He's got great endurance. He's got a good nose. He's able to find, he's hard on the birds when he has them in his mouth. So that's one thing that we work on all year round was give, and that it's mental give, but that's ever going to, that change. That's just how he is. He's a hard mouth is what we call it. And, but I do train the dog daily in either conditioning or bird. That he's always for me. I also work on my shotgunning skills all year round, and take time to either just to shoot and at sporting club, or to take lessons. So I still take lessons as often, and love having the instruction. So and so that is as much as my dog's training. Just answering a DM here. Good to see you, Joe. Thanks for watching. So yeah, I have to stay in because we are walking 10 miles a day, and the dogs are doing at least twice that. So maintain a fitness regimen appropriate for the walking, long walking. Some of it does involve golf. I golf frequently in the summertime and carry a very heavy bag as part of my fitness routine. So that's why it's happened in my child. And that's my kind of use, being focused on having a good dog, being able to shoot, shape to hunt. So when the season gets here, then that's really the fun part, right? Hunting with a flushing dog has its certain interesting things. We're always trying to get the dogs so they're running upwind and able to scent the birds and not have the birds smell us first. So we're looking at wind. We're looking at the terrain and where the likely places that the birds will be, or where if it's property that I've hunted before that I know the birds will be. Typically, that's in or near water, some kind of a water source, or in or near green grasses or plant growth. So those are, and then also deep cover. So especially the roosters, they like to have heavy cover, like thick trees or reeds. So those are the areas where we'll focus on, and then watching the dog, but not being distracted by the dog. So Texas has got some cues for me when he's getting what we call getting birdie, and his tail will wag or he'll speed up his pace, and so then I'll work to keep up with him because it's difficult to have him slow down once he gets on certain situations. Um, and then when it's just myself and Tex, that has a different challenge in that I can only get so close because the birds are very wily and they're going to escape in a lot of directions. Um, if I'm hunting with other people, then we can we can fill the grids with other gunners, and then the likelihood of getting birds is a little bit more. So I have graduated to the 20 gauge shotgun, and uh, a lot of people say you can't kill pheasants with a 20 gauge. You have to have a 12 gauge. Well, that's not entirely true. Maybe later in the season you want to have a few more pellets or a little more power, but the 20 gauge for the birds that we have out here in the West are more than adequate, and we can just move to bigger shells, like shooting fives instead of 7.5s. And the reality is that most of the time, if I just get one or two birds, it's Tex and I hunting by ourselves, then that's satisfying for me. I don't have to get a limit every time. Let's see. My migration is all the way to Saskatchewan for geese, and then I come down to Eastern Oregon for the upland game hunting. And again, we're hunting there. We have all the species of upland. We've got pheasant, quail, chukar, Hungarian grouse, partridge, and grouse. Have access to all those birds and all those different types of hunts. Eastern Oregon is awesome in that it's got there's creeks and rivers and water impoundments, and then so there's a lot of cover, and then there's also rolling pine hills and some more elevation so that it can be cool also for the grouse. So yeah, that's the story. Eastern Oregon's a nice got a nice blend of birds, cover, and elevation. So yeah, when we actually do get successful with a bird hunt, then I like to let those birds, if it's cool out, like to let them hang, just untouched for a day or two if the temperatures are under 60, and that helps everything drain out out of the meat, and then either to fillet them entirely with the legs and the breasts, a little bit of back meat, or to breast them out, depending on how big the bird is. The quail, there's not a lot of meat there, but the pheasants, there's a little bit more. And then butchering them up, and then getting them washed off, and getting the blood and the feathers and the pellets, if there are some, out of there, and then getting them on ice and keeping them on ice until I can get home. And then after the trip, I have to sort the gear, wash the clothes, backfill anything. Like this time I had to buy a plastic lantern cover, and I need to get some more mantles for the lantern, buy some more shotgun shells, and get packed up and ready for the next trip, which in this case will be about a 8-day wait. And then we'll get out and we'll go chukar hunting again in Eastern Oregon, and then to let Texas rest a little bit, and also for me to rest a little bit, and spend time with the family, and getting some work things organized. So I hope this episode was enjoyable. I appreciate Joe for chiming in and talking about how there's nothing better than a good dog, and it's it's a real pleasure in my life to be able to watch my dog work, to spend time with people who love the animals that we chase and the dogs that we have, and to spend time outside in fall watching the seasons change from summer to fall and being outside in nature. This year, I found some antlers that were shed. I saw the aurora borealis, and and I got to watch that hunter's moon go from a sliver uh, to full, and then wane again. And those types of memories are gratifying and worth the 4,500 miles that I drove between September and October 26th. So, hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a comment below for me, and look forward to seeing you again next time.
Episode of Nature Bound. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. If you found value in today's episode, please share with someone who needs to hear it. Be sure to purchase your copy of The 7 Principles of the Magic Rock at Emanuelrose.com or on Amazon. We thank you again for joining us today, and remember to get nature bound.